What's going on, Aries? It's your girl D with 8th House Energy here to do your silent enemy reading for April 2020. I hope all is well with you guys, as well as can be expected considering the circumstances. And I'm wishing you all peace, blessings, and wellness during this time. But we're going to go ahead and get into this reading. But this is a silent enemies reading. Oh, first of all, Aries, thank you for all your love and support. I appreciate you guys and the way that you support the channel and all the energy you give to the channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And I want to give a shout out to all the Aries. Happy birthday, Aries. Shout out to all my April Aries and my May Aries babies. I mean, not May. My March Aries babies. Shout out to all you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday season. Do want to let you guys know we have, besides personal readings, which is in the information box below, we have all kinds of natal chart readings. So if you're interested in looking at your chart, some of you are in the midst of experiencing your solar return. You're anywhere between 27 and 29 years old, maybe 28, 29. You may want to get you a solar return report. It's really expensive, and it'll help you get through this rough time for the Saturn return. It can be a little crazy. All right, so also want to let you know that the Tarology Academy will be up and running effective April 1st. And you can get access to that via the Patreon link, which is in the box below. Also, with this reading, there's going to be an extended version, and it's going to be with the Patreon membership below. $5 a month to all the extendeds and to the Tarology Academy information. This Tarology Academy will teach you the basics of astrology with elements of astrology involved, which is why I call it Tarology. All right, so if you're interested in learning astrology with a little bit more of a full body understanding of what's going on in the world of tarology, in the world of tarot, then check out the Tarology. It's only $5 a month to check that out, right? Very informative information. It'll help you. It'll change your life. Trust me. It's changed mine. So, let's get going with your silent enemies reading. So silent enemies reading is a reading that I thought would be great for people to have because what it does is it helps you to hone in on those intuitive nudges you're getting in reference to the people who in places who are, the people who are around you, the people who are closest to you. Sometimes they, may just be a little off and you don't know why. It could just be something that they got personal going on, or it could be something as extreme as them scheming against you. Well, you want to prevent the latter. Right? So what this reading is doing is it's just telling you, things that you need to pay attention to that you should stay away from. And it just makes you, take a look at those intuitive nudges. You shouldn't throw them out. You shouldn't jump to conclusions, but you should investigate them first and then determine if it's something that you should go on. Now, a silent enemy could be anybody. It could be a family member, such as your child, your mom, a sibling, a cousin. It doesn't matter. It could be a neighbor. It could be your landlord. It could be your school teacher. It could be your kid's teacher. It could be your, your mailman. Anybody that comes into your environment, that you deal with on a regular basis, that, you're just feeling really weird vibes from them. All right, so you just want to pay attention to those vibes to see, if it's just something personal going on with them or if they're really scheming and trying to do something to put you at a disadvantage. All right, so with that being said, I have 3 cards here. I'm going to pull the 3 cards and I'll show you them all. Here's the first one. We have the High Priestess in reverse. That is moon energy, okay? We have the Knight of Cups energy, which is mutable water, so that is Piscean energy. And then we have the 9 of Wands in reverse, which is Sagittarius energy. So with these 3 energies here, what you may want to look out for. Give me a second here. Let me tap in and channel and we'll see what I'm getting here. You want to be careful who you tell your personal business to. If you have some very private information, and usually Aries, you guys are somewhat extroverted anyway to a certain extent, but it also depends on whatever placement you have in your chart. But you do want to be very careful with who you share your dreams, your visions, and also personal information, but especially your dreams and your visions with, especially if there are people around you who are not feeling you. And if you do share these visions with them, pay attention to their response. Okay, because if they're really down with you, what they're going to do is they're going to, support you and say, okay, well, good luck with that, or let me know if there's something I can do to help, or I'm excited for you, can't wait to see things like that. But if they're saying things to you like, I don't know why you're doing that, what difference, what sense does that make? Well, I don't think you have time for that, or just something negative and derogatory in reference to your goals and your dreams and your visions, then you definitely want to, start paying more attention to this person and their energy when they're around you and why they may be feeling that way. It could be that maybe your ideal just sucks. You know what I mean? But it could also be that it's something consistent that you see no matter every time you share something that's important to you, or something in reference to your goals and your dreams. This person always has something negative to say. So, I would pay attention to people like that who are in your vicinity who give you that vibe. Also, your private information. If you have people that you confide in, you do want to make sure that you're careful with what it is that you're saying to people and how you're saying it to them. Mercury's going into Aries on the 11th of April. So you do want to be careful with how you communicate with people. You guys are very, direct and to the point, and you say what you say and you mean what you say, and things like that. But, people are going to be extra sensitive around this time, especially with what's going on. People losing their jobs, people wondering what they're going to do for money, people wondering about their health. So you just want to be a little more sensitive in reference to, what it is that you're saying to people and how you're saying it to them. Be careful what you're revealing to who and when you're revealing it, and the purpose of it, because again, you have people around you who may not be happy for you, especially if they're not doing well. They may be uncomfortable with your happiness, but you always got those dream killers who are out there who, always got something negative to say. But just make sure you're not around somebody who's constantly having something negative to say. You also want to make sure you want to check yourself as well, and just make sure that your visions, the things that you want to do, that you're not looking at things from a clouded perspective. You want to be able to hone in on your intuition and make sure you trust it. So, if you're having issues with trusting your gut and trusting your instincts, you may want to, sit quietly for some time, maybe 10 minutes at a time, and just sit quietly. Let the thoughts come in your mind, let them go out, and just do that on a regular basis if you can, maybe at least 5 minutes a day. And that'll help you to, tune into those intuitive messages that you're getting. And then that way you can look at them and see if there's something that's, that warrants you acting on it, or if it's just something that, you know, um, could be part of your imagination, right? So that's what I'm getting for one energy. The second energy here that I'm getting here is a more so of love offers. Maybe you want to offer love to someone, or someone wants to offer love to you. Either way, if you're open to well, for example, if you're the one who wants to offer love to someone, you do want to make sure that this person is feeling the way you're feeling. So you do want to be very direct in your communication. Don't be harsh, but with Mercury in Aries, this should be able to help you to be very precise. But you want to shy away from being aggressive. You want to shy away from being really assertive, but you do want to be very direct and to the point. If you have somebody who's coming towards you, showing interest and wanting to take things to the next level, make sure you understand what their intentions are by asking direct questions, making sure that these people have no issue, understanding what it is that you want in a relationship and that is being expressed. And then also back to this first card here, you want to make sure you're using your intuition about this person, what they're telling you. And more importantly, people can tell you anything. They can sell you a boat, but you want to make sure you watch their actions. Watch how people treat you. Watch how they communicate with you. Watch how they interact with you when they're around you. You do want to, pay attention to these things at this time. But yeah, it looks like you guys may have somebody who might be coming to express an interest in love. Or you may have someone who's coming back to apologize, and on both accords. You just want to make sure that you understand what this person's intention is. Someone could be just coming for closure, okay? Just to, understand some things, straighten some things out, and then wish you well and move on. Some people could be coming back because they want to start something serious. They want to pick up where they left off. That's up to you if that's what you want to do, but follow your gut, follow your intuition, and do what's best for you. Make sure they're not hiding anything. Make sure they're not, beating around with their words. Make sure they're very direct and to the point with you. This other energy that I have here, you are, maybe you've been on low key for a little while, because of the global situation going on. Maybe you've just been not, communicating with anybody. You might have just been in the lab chilling. And now you may feel like, it's Aries season or it's my birthday. I want to pop out and see what's going on. So I would recommend that you be careful of people that you haven't heard from in a long time, especially if you're doing really well. You got to be careful with people who just come out of the woodwork all of a sudden you haven't heard from in a while. Now all of a sudden they want to come by and see what's going on with you. And it's like, what's going on with you? Why are you here? Now, it's one thing for people who want to check on you, haven't seen you in a while, but if it's somebody that you really haven't been on good terms with, or like an ex-lover, this again is just reiterating that you follow your gut, you follow your instinct, you make sure that you ask all the questions you need and don't rush into a decision. Take your time to think about things. This could also be a family member that you had a falling out with who may be wanting to come back and reconnect and reestablish a connection with you. Some of you may be feeling very defensive in reference to that because it's like, maybe you feel that they did you wrong and they need to correct that. So maybe somebody is coming back to correct that. So give them a chance to speak. Let them say what's on their heart. And then you speak what's on yours. And then you go from there. But always follow your gut and your intuition. And if it's somebody who's just really cruddy and you just keep going through this with them, then you have to take that into consideration, especially if it's a family member. That's some of the roughest stuff you have to do is to cut off a family member. But sometimes that happens, unfortunately, because their energy is just negative all the time. So don't be obligated to take an apology just because someone's your relative. Take an apology because you understand that where the sincerity is coming from in reference to what they're saying to you, and that misunderstandings happen and people fight anyway. It don't matter. It could be someone you love, and a family member. People are, if you're around them on a regular basis, at some point you're going to have a disagreement with them, but you know how to tell a difference between if someone is just always hating on you, someone is just always shading you, someone is just always has something negative to say, and they don't, inspire you. They don't believe in your goals and your dreams. They don't care about you. You'll know when someone doesn't care about you, and all they want is what they can get from you. So you definitely want to pay attention to that, because I know once you guys see it, you'll cut it off. That's how you are. You're very direct and to the point, and you're very aggressive if need be. But just be careful with the aggression. You don't want to get yourself in a situation, where you're having issues or, things get, go really left, because we have a card here that represents defensiveness as well, and cloudy judgment, cloudy vision. So you want to make sure you understand what's going on. Don't jump to conclusions, okay? So that's basically what I'm showing for you guys. I'm going to get you some advice, but then we're going to go to the extended here and get some more clarification on these energies here is to help you to decipher what's going on and make sure that you're not putting yourself in a situation where it's going to be a disadvantage to you. All right, so let's see what messages we have for Aries in reference to protecting themselves for people who mean them no good. What messages do we have for Aries for protecting themselves from folks who mean them no good? What messages do we have for Aries? Okay. So we have time to go, Aries, and that's the number 10 here. Major arc. Oh no, it's not. It's a number 45, which is a number 9. That's the number 9, which is the major arcana for number 9 is the Hermit. So it says a time for going in with self introspection, which is going within. So it's introspection time. A lot of you, like I said, you may be coming out of isolation, or people might be coming out of isolation to speak to you or to reach out to you. Isolation, that not as in the COVID-19 isolation, but as in you haven't seen them in a while, you guys haven't spoken. That type of isolation. People may be reaching out to you. All right, but with the time to go here, let's see what that's all about. Intuitively, this is me, looking at a situation where you may want to consider, like I said, somebody may be coming back to apologize. It could be someone who is a family member, could be a good friend, or it could be a lover. And for some of you, you've ended this situation because you know that it's just not, suitable for you and where you're going in life. But this person may not want to let go. We got a lot of karmic relationships ending. Some people just not wanting to go. Die hard is what I call it, a die hard karmic, but this is all about endings, completions, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. That could very well be what kind of relationship you had walked away from. All right. But the protection message says, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it doesn't have a map of your destiny. The soul does, okay? So spirit loves you, trust that. So for some of you, somebody is coming back because this is a situation where you guys just need to be put on ice for a minute, where you needed some space, you just needed to breathe, get your thoughts together, maybe spend some time apart, clear the energy, and now someone is coming back. So for some of you, not all of you, this is an indication that, it's just, like I said, you put things on ice and now you might be ready to thaw things out, like spring, ready to regrowth, renewal, rebirth, that type of energy. All right. So Aries, I hope that resonated with you. Let me know if it did by clicking the like button. You can leave a comment if you would like. Let me know where you guys are from. What I'm doing right now is asking everybody in the videos just to let people know where you're from, because with this epidemic going on, people are really concerned. A lot of people are very anxious and very nervous, and it just helps for people to know that no matter where you are in the world, we're all connected. We're all going through this together, and we can pool together our energies, to help lift the vibration so that we can all make it through this without going bonkers. All right. So I'm going to go to the extended. If you want to join, the link is in the box below. Like I said, happy birthday, Aries. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace out.